zijn met de meiden hier van school. Even een meidenmomentje. Het zijn allemaal echte schatjes en met hele grote harten. En we willen er alles aan doen om te zorgen dat ze gewoon de omstandigheden hier krijgen die ze verdienen.
Hard to leave the kids, but we've got to go to another school. We want to see as many as we can today, but it's hard. We just can't really leave. But thank you. My environment was a bit different where I grew up because at the time the city I grew up in was quite developed. So I was fortunate in that I went to a decent school. Had shoes and everything. Our school was overcrowded, but it didn't lack facilities. But you know, a few roads down, you know, I'd go into the shantytown areas and you'd see kids walking bare feet, you know, and having very little. And this reminds me of that. But what I found touching here and what was inspiring was the fact that they appreciated our visits. We were just there, you know, coming out to see them, but how they appreciated it and how they welcomed us, and also, you know, even though we just took them some small things like pencils and sweets, you know, how appreciative they were of that. And they said, you know, no matter how small, it's the heart behind it that makes a difference. You know, that was quite touching. Just, you know, that brings back a few memories. Yeah, so it was that was quite emotional, yeah. and inspiring and very touching at the same time. And the guy ended by saying, though you're gone, you're in our hearts. And that was real. That wasn't a scripted thing, you know what I mean? That wasn't something he was saying to sound nice. That was how they genuinely felt, and that's very touching. So I feel quite humbled at this moment in time, and quite grateful and appreciative, and wanting to help them to bring further hope to these kids. So that's how I'm feeling right now.
And what about thinking about doing this kind of things in your own home country?
It makes me want to do that. It does. There's a big need out there. You know, it's like poverty is not just a Gambian thing. It's not just an African thing. It's a worldwide thing. You know, and I see a bigger need here in Gambia than a lot of other countries I've been to. So even if we do something here and that's the beginning, fine. It makes me want to look at doing some projects back home, like looking at orphanages. But you know what? A kid is a kid. You know, if you can help a child here, that's like as good as helping a child anywhere else in the world. So I'm kind of thinking there's a bigger need here. So maybe, you know, that's the best place to start with.
And you know, maybe you know the saying of you can give a man every day a fish, or you can learn him fish.
Yes.
Do you see that you can learn people trade here? Do you see that as an option?
To teach people how to trade, you mean?
Yeah, like Forex or...
There is definitely. But the infrastructure would need to develop. The internet would need to be more reliable, more solid. What I see more is doing some work to do with education, empowerment, personal development, letting the children know that they matter, that they can make a difference, they are the future, and giving them a good solid education and a meal each day. That's the foundation, and then from there they can become the next doctors and engineers and scientists and businessmen and women of the world. I think that there's a definite need, and hopefully while they're developing, then all the infrastructure can develop to support them becoming entrepreneurs, whether it's through trading, whether it's through online businesses, or whatever else they want to do. You know, so that's my hope.
Hey, we just arrived at the Bakari Sumbaya school. Yeah, I was here not too long ago and I thought, wow, if you look at the building, the kids, this is where they go to school. And they're so excited to have us here because all our students are coming. Today is expansion day on our program at Ignite Your Purpose here in Gambia. And it's all about how you expand your heart. And sometimes to expand your heart is great to have contrast. And these kids will be a great contrast because they're so happy and to see us. And there comes all the students over there. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun with the kids, connect. And yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Data foi wandi daleta ona nyulun din tayani nimman labi ado e film ni follow yemen don kunu Kanake fay vendi imaje biti lola tubaboni nasiata bayikul bela ado
Jibe na sa ko je ya jibe karamo munem karamo la problème oti yeta ni tata ifana sa i ajibe e bulo fay ñokan ya jibe be ma ko ro menkela bare dare ko ñimitin ci ñi ka festival abuga yele no fo almamo e doa di mais alon passé pour ala se balafa soton tolbe
jani almamo be doala
ako jani almamo be doala fana
lafta min fo la molu
akala fa kam fo molié
ni e bungolo amam bunda soto ite dundula soto la ralna bungo ni alo
wala ke bungo ni alo
foye bunda kije
ise dundula soto
karamuo
na soto sate to
isalon ko yirwa na to sate
isalo yirwa be kana sate kono
karamuo
wala
be yirwa samalna
ako wala be yirwa samalna jang
wala be lampol samalna
wala
be pompo samalna
wala be sila kendol samalna
karamuo dole ya no
ako karamuo da male ya no
bare karamuo fana abuka lo
15 kede
fo ya da nyini ibada nyin la munela
ako ibada nyin la munela
wala mu dindi ngolu
wala ka dindi ngol dundi karamuo
na nyol lebe jang
ako mba nyol lebe jang
alba katala
ya kata
ale dindi ngol dundi karamuo
to
dindi ngol ye karang
londo
ako adama di won nafa baake
akaka adama di won nafa baake
alfa ke bal be jang
ako alfa al bi jang
alsilo ale fen soto sai
nga ku soto
ale fen soto sai
mimbe yirwa samal nan sai
wala mu nyimbu alkaminge
ako nyimbu ngabe jibe jana
wallahi nyimbu
ako nyimbu de
wala be yirwa samal nan
jande
ale alombang
ali ako ngalombang
almalombang
ako malombang
jille be yirwa samal
ako nyimbu be yirwa samal na ako na kada baage kaje ko dinu wali karanje ako wala kumada jede
alimbara
ako nimbara
development that happens to have a school development. It's very key because the moment you have a school in a community know that development is coming. Right. Other people will be interested to bring water. Others will be interested to bring light. Others will be interested to bring good road network. And some they will be interested to bring health center. All these things can come after a village when they have a school. So that's the entry point. I was just telling them, the entry point, they have got it. They have sacrificed to work hard together and build a local school. Government would come, but it will be later. But for now, it's important for them to make sure that they maintain the school and maintain enrollment. But if without children, it's not a school, it's just a wall, it's just a building. What makes it a school is to have children coming to school. And when they come to school, let them stay and complete. That's retention is very important. They enroll them and they retain them until they complete that cycle. So that's what I was telling them in the local language. They appreciate, and I have to thank them for having the initiative to come together and contribute their labor and money to build these 4 classroom blocks so that these children that you are seeing here are educated. If they haven't taken that decision, these children that you are seeing here would not be in school by now. If they were to wait for government to come and build a classroom before they start, these children would not have the opportunity to go to school. They wouldn't have the opportunity. Now they are up to grade 4. And they created it. They created the building. They started the building themselves. They put in their money, they put in their labor to make sure that their children start school. Government is paying teachers. We are bringing core textbooks here. But then we haven't got the permanent structure for them yet. It's in plan. But it will come but later. But if they have to wait for it, then these kids will not go to school. So that was why they saw me the interest. They want to venture it. They want to be on their own. I say, okay, I'm also ready to support you to make sure that I will send you teachers. I will send you textbooks so that you can start. And now here we are today. Welcome and thank you very much for coming to see this school, Mr. Joof. Thank you. Thank you. Now you can go around and see inspection of what is in the school.
The Algali also want to say a few words. He said he is very much happy. Anything that you see, it has a foundation. Our foundation, where we are living, is very strong. Whoever links by the director, you must not fear anything. He said he has only few remarks to make. The time we were starting the school here, we had nothing. He said then the children of this village community used to go to other communities to have 3 years there, primary school education. And they sat together and looked at the nature of the youth in the village. Those who want their community and they sat down, they discussed, and they came to a consensus that they have to build their own school. They all joined forces hands. They all followed him. And this is why we have these 4 classroom block structure. He said they went around the village. They contributed, the community contributed whatever they have. They buy corrugated and the doors for some classrooms. And still that is what we are doing to help ourselves. He said the government is aware of the existence of this school, but still now they are yet to come to our aid in terms of permanent structure. He said we have hope that the government will come to our aid one day, and we are seeking for assistance anywhere, whoever can come in to help us. He said the teachers here, during this 4 years, they are very hard working. The teachers are very much hard working. He said the children right now in the school here, if you test them on spoken language, that is English language, few things in English language.
Ale mo dala mo slogan mina me slogan.
Ko kontaan wata bak.
They said they are very much delighted and happy.
Pra e bebo.
Andol mina me slogan mina. So ale mo community sa mo le
the Morris Club. He said he's extending thanks to them. He said let us all work towards the development of the school. He said the director has pointed that the school has to feed and it has to feed on children. He said he is also making a pledge that the children of this community will come to the school. He said they are going to do all they could. He said the children here suffered a long time. More than 20 years ago, they used to go to Marakisa, Bikama. But he said these past years, they stay here and then they have their education in their country. He said and then he's saying thank you to everyone.
Yeah. That's my namesake. Okay, let's play. About the time. Imam,
اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا مولانا محمد وسلم تسليما الحمد لله رب العالمين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بحرمة الله لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم ملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن الجبار المتكبر خالق البارئ المصور الغفار وهاب رزاق فتاح القادر حافظ الرافع المنصر البصير حكم محدد لطيف القدير آمين يا رب غفور الشكور حازم الكبير حازم الدين ناصر الجليل الكريم وجيب الواسع وسيد الحق أمير متين ولي الحميد المنيب حي القيوم واجد ماجد واحد الصمد قادر مقتدر قادر أول آخر سائر باطن ولي المتعالي بر تواب منتقم عفو مالك الملك جلال الكرام مقصد جامع وقديم والإيمان والدار آمين يا رب هادي باقي ومن يتقي الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فاز وإن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل له كل شيء قدر الله حسيس الله لطيف بعباده يرزق آمين يا رب برحمة اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد حدد كل شيء صلاة تسخرنا بها كل شيء يا من بيده ملكوت كل شيء برحمة اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما خلق والقاتل لما سبق الناس بالحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقدار ناصر إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وأزواجه وذريته وأهل البيت والمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات أجمعين وعلى الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى جبريل والملائكة المقربين آمين برحمتك يا ربنا يا أرحم الراحمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين
So, madanga belajar saling dem. Check place. Mula dem. You
get him here. Okay. This is 12 o'clock, so we have to be very quick now when it is ready. So what this gentleman is going to do here, he's going to introduce himself and take us around the school real quick, so we find out the needs that they need here, and so we can go back and support them. Okay?
Yes.
Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Joof. I am Mr. Ansumana J. Baji, the head teacher of the school, Bagasambia Lower Base School. I came here since 2010 to start a school. Then there was no school, so I came to start up a school. I was first in the community nursery school, where I had my first batch of children. Then we moved in after the community has come up with their own initiative to build a structure for the children. This year we started using these premises, and then we started that okay, this is very important. This toilet is the toilet of the children, and the teachers alike. We all use this toilet. It's not nice, but at least to help us ease ourselves when the need comes. We have two, one for the male, the other one for the female. We can come around and see. A pit was dug, and then a slab fixed on, and then we use this compound to fence it until we get support to have a permanent toilet.
Can you give me a reaction on that?
It's hard to fathom, you know, and I'm thinking
that it's first of all ingenious in one way, that they're so resourceful that they figure out ways to meet their needs in ways that I would never expect, and that they create privacy and that they still provide dignity and resource for essential things, you know? So on one hand it's sad, and the other it's quite ingenious and very respectful, and I'm amazed at I'm just really amazed at how effective they are, the people are, at using the resources they have, whatever they are. And I admire that tremendously.
Just like humanity.
Yeah, extremely. And it also makes me realize how much we waste in most, most more well-off cultures, that we waste enough, we throw away enough to support millions of people around the world without thinking.
Yeah.
And so maybe we should start thinking about how much, how much of a difference we could make by even contributing things that are no longer maybe essential to us, but could be incredibly useful to someone else.
Last time you came here, that was on Friday, it was not plastered. Yeah. Around. But thank God, during the course of the weekend, somebody donated us some bags of cement. So the community decided to come around and then do the work here. You see, plaster, but it's not done. It's very awkward. But however, the children have to use it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is the tables. Small kids with high tables.
Yeah. These tables are not meant for the children here. They are for workshop. But because I directly mentioned over there, we don't have furniture. He in fact asked me to go and get this furniture somewhere to bring them to the school here so that the children can use. Because if you look at the number of furniture available in the school, it's very small. It's very small. So we have to use this with those taller chairs, plastic ones. These were given to us by the community nursery school, but you see some of them are really
Actually, as I said on Friday to Mr. Joof, this is a community school, has been supported by government. We are paying the teachers. The good number of teachers here are paid by government.
We are about 10.
10 teachers. Their salaries are paid by government. And the textbooks, the curriculum textbooks, they are also supplied by government. And this particular community has also been, the school has also been part of the submission that we are giving for future classroom, right? But as plans goes, it has to take some little bit time before we also get funding from the World Bank, from IDA, from other UNICEF and whatever. It takes time, and this is not the only school. We have so many schools, and we have to prioritize for the permanent concepts. One day we'll be here. But as I said, before we sit and wait for that time, the community feel that the children should start education, right? And by means of that, they decided to come, and build these classrooms so that they can start.
Mr. Warren, what happens when during the rainy season?
That's why we are worried now. That's why we are looking for support, quick support, to make sure that at least before the rains in July, we'll be able to fix the windows. That's why the communities are doing very fast. They have already fixed the doors, and then we need to fix the windows. And then plaster the walls so that they can survive the rains. And the intention here is, after when government comes in with a permanent building, I mean, this can be used for staff quarters. Teachers can use here, and then we continue, because we have the land. All this area is given to us, given to the government for classrooms.
So all this land here is for the school?
Yeah, for the school. All these mango trees and everything is a part of the school land. And then we'll be able to build permanent structures here. We'll not demolish this one. We can also use this one for staff quarters where teachers can stay. And we'll not be renting from the community. But right now, all we need is support to make sure that we finish up this building. Steel and furniture, right?
So we're in this nursery school, and I'm here with Mr. Suarez, and he brought us this beautiful, beautiful nursery school. They have a couple of classrooms here, but the challenge of the school, the nursery, they need the middle school type of schools here, and there's not enough capacity for all the kids here. So some of the kids, after they graduate from the nursery, they have to go to a preschool, and the nearest school is 10 kilometers away from here. So you see kids from 3 years old to 6 years old going to the school. In fact, we're a little bit late to get here, and most of these kids here, actually at this nursery, have been here since 12 o'clock. It's now 5. They were just waiting for us here. They haven't eaten, and look at them, they're as happy as hell. Entertainment, baby. And we always complain we don't have a lot. As I always say, these kids are teaching us a lot right now and how to live life. And I can tell you, for me, whoa, that's the word for me today. So we'll need to continue to keep you guys posted. Speak soon. So we made our final stop here, day 4 on expansion day, and it was all about coming out to the community and meeting the kids, the locals and everything. And wow, what a reception that we've had. I'm just so grateful. I don't even have the words to express the feeling that we're having right now. These kids have been around since 12 o'clock today, waiting for us, and we only got here about half an hour ago, and it's now, what, 5 o'clock. So you can imagine, and look at them, they're all happy, and yeah, just been having fun. So grateful, man. Gratitude is the secret to life, my friends. Gratitude is the secret to life. And my one wish for you is to come out here and see what we're doing, the work that we're doing here with the kids. Ignite your purpose, baby. If you want to ignite it, you gotta come to Gambia. All right. Say bye. Bye. Say bye. Say bye. Time out, so he's here to entertain us for this evening, and we're going to be doing a very special process later on. So what I'm going to ask you to do, just go ahead and grab a seat. Actually this way, so the camera's easy. Grab away this seat facing me on the floor. Go ahead, grab a seat. Facing me. It's nice to be on the ground. So what we're going to do really quick is just to get some few...
Evening.
You don't mind if I sit in my throne, do you? Is that okay?
Film jij even een beetje, Paul.
No, just for you guys to see me. Alright. It's not going to be storytelling, no bedtime stories. But we had a little bit of an adventure, and what we just wanted to do was let's get some quick shares in terms of what was your experience with what happened for you. What happened for you when we went out? Anybody? Just raise your hand and let's just have quick shares. Yeah, Andre, looks like you're first. There you go. Let's give it up for Andre.
At one moment you were all watching the music and I just wanted to wander around. So I sat with the boys because I was a little jealous about Frank, because Frank was sitting with the boys. And I thought that looks joyful. So I went to the boys. And in the end I picked up my phone to make some pictures. And all of a sudden there were, I think, 20 boys around looking at my photo. And I felt so overwhelmed by connection. It was, so the real thing is there's connection because there's so much innocence in these children. So it was overwhelming. It felt so good. And then you see those schools and you think, he had to laugh because I saw those high chairs and high tables, and I said, why don't they just take off part of the table to make it lower? And you had to laugh. Sometimes I see these silly things and I don't understand why they accept.
Like in the market yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they accept it as it is, but they seem happy with it. And beautiful, and they were so warm. All those welcomes and all those children waiting for us. The first thing they ask if you leave the bus, do you have football? Do you have football?
Very nice, very nice. Let's give it some love. 1, 2, 3.